Hi, welcome to Jade Kind Gaming. My name is Adam. I am here with Nick, Austin, and Bob. We are doing character creation for a new campaign, a modern Dungeons & Dragons campaign. We've talked about it for a bit, and basically the concept is they are normal people, and the idea with the story is that fantasy elements will end up colliding with the real world, and they will deal with the chaos that ensues.
Wait, what's the campaign's name? Is it Worlds Collide?
No, that was the last one.
It's a new Worlds Collide, different worlds.
I actually have it written somewhere, but I think it gives away too much of a hint of what's going on, so I probably want to wait until actually we're getting into it.
Okay.
Anyways, just as a general, I figure the year is 2020X, so an amount in the future.
I don't like
but
that.
Without giving a set date, so I don't have to. That's what I need to do for things.
I don't like
and
Mega Man could show up.
I don't like Mega Man. You like Mega Man.
Is Mega Man that recent? Or that soon?
Well, it definitely ends in X. But I do believe it's 2020X.
I took the reference from Earthbound, 1990X, of the, I don't want to set it in an exact year, and I'm like, yeah, that would make things more difficult for me. I would... feel free to open up your folders and take a look at your character sheets. Let's see if you notice anything different.
Heart shape?
Yeah, I had to use something to base it on.
I have access to spellcasting.
We have a new stat.
Yes.
What are you talking about, new stat? We've had that stat before.
Yes, I did that in one of my
new
home games.
5th edition.
Well, no, in 5th edition, I have had luck in a game that I did before. The concept with luck is basically anything that I would usually just roll a percentage roll or that kind of thing can instead be luck. So... and also, Bob is now noticing that there is a form to fill out about your character at the back.
I didn't realize this was the first day of college again.
Here's your packet.
There's a freaking questionnaire.
I put in a questionnaire.
Be ready for some sarcastic answers.
It's free stuff.
No less, and it's free stuff for you.
Oh, be ready for some insane answers.
Do you have anyone responsible to take care of? I got my own personal tank. It's a very important responsibility for me.
Her name is Matilda.
It's fully functional and armed.
I don't believe the government would let you have that, Jack.
Actually, the government will. You just have to have the appropriate license and pay the correct taxes.
Yeah, licenses and taxes. And you can have whatever you want.
Arnie's got tanks.
The way it should be.
Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah, no, that's true. Arnold has tanks, and he's a foreigner.
He's an American citizen.
Yeah, he's an American citizen.
Yeah.
He has been for years.
Well, yes.
Naturalized.
But still, he has an accent. He's a foreigner.
He doesn't... you understand that he also doesn't actually have an accent, right? He only hams it up for
He speaks English very well.
The fans, because it creeps people out if he doesn't.
Oh, yeah, they're
Go
just
watch
too
his
used
old
to.
governor campaign where all of a sudden his accent is very light.
Yes. No. Obviously, he's very American. He was a governor.
He's about American economy. He came to this country, did all this stuff. He made a fortune in the real estate market.
Yeah, he made a fortune before he even became Mr. Universe.
Do you want to know how to generate stats?
He was very successful.
Very successful.
I've got more of a problem with it saying soda pop.
So do I.
We're in the South.
Yeah, no, it's... I have to...
Pop is north.
Would you prefer it to be just called cola?
That's south. It's at least more authentic.
I don't know. I've heard the term sody pop, and there's been nothing in
That's
my
like a
life...
Missouri thing.
There's nothing in my life more that made me want to punch someone in the throat. Racial epithets, nah. Sody pop, just... I want to murder you!
The only one I have is a problem with is calling a Pepsi a Coke. That's the only one that bothers me. Because Coke is a brand.
We have been switching in the house to fizzy drinks. We run low on fizzy drinks.
We have, haven't we?
Indeed we have. I said it once to be funny, and Nick apparently liked it.
So stats, you say?
Oh yeah, if you wanted those, degenerates.
What?
Apparently not.
Just all of this makes me... What?
What? Are you back in the section that's not done? Because you're back in the section that's not done.
Where does it say the section is not done?
Well, you see all the columns that are empty, all the rows that are empty?
I just assumed that... Well, I'm wanting something that is done, so...
Okay. Well, I'm sorry, but a large part of this game is also giving me the information and motivation to playtest and complete this document.
Oh.
You have character creation information. That should be good enough.
Okay, well, I have more notes to make then on the gun section.
Gun section pretty much locked. No updates to that by this gun expert we have here. Generate stats. Roll one set of 46, dropping the lowest 7 times. You may use that group of stats or the array of 17, 16, 13, 11, 10, 10, 8.
Huh?
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 4 drop the lowest?
Yeah, 4 to drop the lowest 7 times or an array.
4 drop the lowest 7 times, obviously. If you gotta give us the ability to do it 7 times.
One's for luck.
Yeah. You have 7 stats.
Oh, 7 dice, not 7...
Well, no, that's
No, 7 sets.
Yeah, 1 set. Yeah, 7...
So,
Yeah, 7.
not 7, just once.
4 dice, dropping the lowest 7 times. That will give you your 7 stats.
But you said 7 sets.
I said 7 times.
Maybe he said sets. Someone said sets.
I don't know. Rewatch that and figure out what happened. I don't remember.
15.
Oh, 15. Yeah. I guess I can refer that. Oh, go ahead. You. They missed the first one. No.
8.
Doing good.
Terrible.
You don't have to use these specific set of dice. If you want different dice, I can get different dice. I can even get more dice if you want to be able to do them.
Like that would help at all.
Yeah, but if Bob wants to complain about it, he may.
I didn't need your permission to complain.
No, I meant you may
It's
use
like-
different dice. In other words, you don't have to complain.
It's like you don't even know me. Of course, that's 17 though. Yeah.
16.
5, 5, 6, 16. I thought there was another 6. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Apparently, it's not. Adam's not happy with me just reading the freaking numbers.
Anyways,
Well,
well,
that is a pretty good set.
Yeah, that 8 saddens me, but
that
it's gonna
8
happen.
is what makes you interesting.
Put it in luck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sitting here at above a 15 men, except for that 8.
Yeah, what? 15, 8,
10.
7, 15, 16, 15, 15.
Watch out, kids.
I've had that character before.
That character was 12s. And everything was at least a +2.
11.
Hey, you'll do good by the end if you just keep going up.
There you go, 17.
17. You're gonna roll terribly throughout the entire campaign if you blow all of it now.
He took that advice. He's like, oh, yeah, but get the...
9. Another 10.
13. Yeah, that is 7. Yeah. So,
That is 7.
10, 11, 17, 17, 9, 10, 13. Because Austin has 4 matches.
As I thought. Touched it after Vic.
Would you like new dice? I can...
Doesn't matter now, I already touched them.
Gamers, a superstitious lot. That's why all the DMs dress up like Batman.
What?
Batman's famous law is villains are superstitious
Criminals are a superstitious lot.
and cowardly too.
Yes. What do I do with these garbage stats?
Did you want to check the array? That would have been 17, 16, 13, 10, 10, 8, 11.
Yeah,
No, I've basically have that.
you've matched it. Yeah, you have 2 higher than...
Yeah, therefore you did pretty well.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep.
Is Bob going to end up with an array?
6.
15.
Yep. Highest number is 15.
You need that extra +2?
Well, you also ended up with like 2 8s.
I'm just going to make an absolutely shit character and then ruin the entire game.
Would you like to reroll?
No, I'm not allowed to reroll.
No, you are. If you're not going to have fun, obviously you can take the array.
No, I'll be fine.
You want the array?
No, I don't want the array.
Why not?
Because I hate the array.
It's not bad.
Is it better than what you have?
Probably. I still hate it.
Would this
Would you
last
like
number
a
be...
second set since you
I
apparently
know, I'm not
would
doing
be
it. It's
willing
fine.
to do an array?
No, I'm fine. Stop.
Okay. Anyway.
It's new, therefore it's a dump. Yes.
Theoretically, it makes sense for at least one of you to have a decent luck, but...
None of us have enough stats for that.
Everyone dumps it.
No. I'm doing it because, as he said, it makes the character, and my low one is going to be a defining thing. Having terrible luck and, really good abilities is nice.
A -1 is hardly low.
Yeah. Anyways, they did decide, I believe, to be country folk, Southerners.
Mm-hmm.
And I know, at the very least, they both had an idea.
Oh, I can't use that now. I have to be like a town drunk or something. Character too useless.
Bob, please we don't begrudge you the need to have better stats.
Yeah,
and that
No,
you...
I can't have better stats now.
Why?
Because I'm not going to add something that no one else gets just for me.
Dude, I rolled awesome! You do whatever the fuck you want, doesn't matter to me!
That's communism, and I'm not for it.
And Austin's just fine with his average.
I'm not that average, but I'm kind of average.
He has the same right to reroll. Ultimately, I put forward the rules. If you would have more fun another way,
No, it's
the
fine.
point of the game is to have fun, yeah.
Wait, so am I allowed to roll twice and pick the one I like?
Sure.
I'm not going to turn down better odds.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not going to talk down free improvement of my odds.
God damn it, Vic! You just rolled 5!
Hey, man. So that's why I insisted that I had to be able to pick.
Not you can't have your ones! 11? No,
9.
that's not 9.
Right? No.
No.
I'm bad at math.
Yeah, that was like 13.
Yeah. 13. No, I'm bad at math.
No, we're all bad at math.
That's a 9.
Yeah.
There you go.
I don't think you've had a high one yet, though, have you?
I got a 16
Oh, okay, yeah, yes, that's so bad.
on the second here.
13.
It's a much more average stat line.
How's that more average than your 10, 11, 10, 10?
Well, I got a 5, 9, 13, 13, 13, 11, 16.
In my mind, that is better or worse than the 10, 11, 10, 9, 17, 17, 13.
But all those 13s. I know, right?
That minus, like, what is that, 3 or 4?
Should be 3, right? 5?
Yeah. I'm not used to doing the math that far backwards. I'm good at 8 and 9.
Yeah, 5. Pretty sure 5 should be 3.
Yeah, 3. Because 8, 9, then
See, now that's a dump stat.
7, 6.
That's what you call a dump stat. What's that for?
Well, it's obviously part of the PHB, but...
Yeah.
What stats is?
Yeah. Human has, of course, you can do...
Oh yeah, we also have racial
Yeah,
modifiers.
so you can either take your ability scores and increase each of 6 of your ability scores by 1, or 2 different ability scores by 2, a feat, and proficiency in a skill. Feats and concepts for backgrounds would also be out of here, because backgrounds we will be just sort of making up as we go.
I didn't notice that.
What?
I have to decide where the 8, the 17, and the 16 go. That's all.
Everything else is a 15.
Yes.
2 highest, 2 lowest, everything else is 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's quite the distinct difference.
Like, if you math it out.
Yeah, the net modifier is 6 versus 2.
Yeah.
Which one was...
The first one was higher.
Okay.
6 versus 2. The -3 on the 5 really drags the average down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, probably 5 would tank that, yeah.
The 5 counteracts the 16.
Yeah.
And 13 counteracts the 9, so it's like I've got 4 stats, really.
Yeah.
But those are 4 positive stats. Alternatively, the 13 counteracts a 9 on the first set, and everything else is just gravy. So definitely that first set. We'll have to decide what we're going to do with that first set. Currently, I'm thinking of multi-classing.
Okay. Well, you start at level 3.
No one's surprised!
By the way, there is the requirements for multi-classing back in the
That's why I thought of it. I'm like, oh, we have multi-classing requirements.
Yes.
My.
Yes, we do.
It's because of you.
It's like, oh, look at there.
So I think now, yes, we don't know what Bob is. We have... Nick is planning to be a cop.
Yes.
Cop. Town sheriff. Specialist in computers.
Thinking being a weekend warrior.
Like National Guard?
National
or...
Guard.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
It's the South. I could also see you being like a prepper or something and just being a weekend warrior. Like, well, I go down to the compound
Well,
and
hey,
prepare all the guns for the revolution.
These things aren't mutually exclusive.
That's why it's multi-classing.
Yes, I do like the idea. I'm a weekend warrior. I work for the government and I'm also planning to overthrow it as part of the
That's how
weekend.
you know I'm a patriot.
Now, if they ever get too out of line of what I feel is right...
That's how you know I'm a patriot. I'm thinking fighter scholar.
So, you have a 6 and a 2. I have a 17. Mod. Effective mod of 17.
Oh,
Yeah. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 4.
those are
Negative 1.
15s. 15s are 2.
Oh. Okay, then lower. by like an entire fraction of 6. So, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3.
14. Yeah, you got a 13.
Yeah. Which,
Still.
double digits.
Yeah. No, that's a big bonus. That's a good set.
It's ridiculous.
So we're modern age. What skill is bombs? Because we don't have a demolition skill. I checked. Which character sheet?
Creating or throwing?
Yes.
No, no.
Well, I figure throwing is just going to be like a range attack if you've got the training in explosives.
Which is only soldier-based, and you become a grenadier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I believe is class-specific to soldier, too.
It's fighter.
And fighter, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Well,
a fighting
I-
style, but you get at level 2.
But yeah, otherwise,
But you're human, you could just be proficient in throwing grenades.
explosives would just be, heavy weapons, hand grenades, explosives.
Yes, but what skill would, like, making a bomb be?
I
Or would you have to buy a bomb and then just put it down and say it happens?
have it set up as buying a bomb.
Let's just go to the store. What would you like? I'd like your bomb. Oh, how size? Oh, I'm thinking like a 10 megaton.
No. If
I think
Bob
we know
was
that.
angry with the guns, the
Alternatively, it would
C4 rules
probably-
are hilarious.
Yeah. It would probably end up being a
Let's go make
like
it
any craft
kilotons.
skill though. It'd be like any craft skill though.
Oh.
So it would be proficiency.
Yeah.
It'd be like a crafting proficiency.
Just something you
And as
took
far
out
as
of your
skill
human thing.
could depend on the situation. Depending on what situation it is we're building it, probably either intelligence, maybe wisdom, or dexterity.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of fighter scholar. Get those charisma get those charismas.
And the theory is I will eventually release a nice polished version of this book after they've helped me with playtesting and fixing and that sort of thing. Well, obviously we have some variants with this campaign, adding the extra stat that obviously doesn't need to be part of the modern setting. In general, we'll be learning more about what I need to do with it as I go.
We're going to do these stats. Alright, so we're going to drop a 17 in charisma.
I guess I have to play a junkie?
You don't have to.
I actually don't have... That one didn't get finished because no one was interested.
I'm not interested. I just
I
don't have
eyeballed
any
it.
other choices.
He took a second roll, man. Take a second roll.
Not allowed to. You said
I just
so.
did.
He did.
Again, Bob, you're being stubborn, and we don't want you being pissy
Yeah,
for the
like-
next year and a half.
Yeah, I'd much
I'm
rather you...
totally going to be pissed for next year.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's why
I
we
would-
want you to
I would be
re-roll.
fine. Yeah, re-roll.
For God's sakes, man.
Take all 16s.
Should I re-roll for you? Would that be fair?
Yeah, go ahead. Let Vic re-roll for me. That should be good.
That way no odds of luck going here. Well, it's also an interesting idea of what luck actually affects.
Yeah. This is clearly statistical.
Well, there's a 10.
All downhill from here. Oh yeah.
Well, there's an 11. 17.
Now he doesn't get that kind of role in the actual campaign. You've taken it from him.
He offered. This is his
I know.
14. Wait, 14.
Yeah, not too. I'm bad at math.
It's like you were...
I was reading those as 5s.
9.
It's just fun to roll dice sometimes. You know, have a little fun.
Is that an 18? Yeah. First 18 in roll.
Oh, you're finding out whether it's worthwhile.
Well, compared to
considering
mine, it's a hell of a lot better.
It's 9, 10, 11, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
Yeah.
Nice little line there.
Yeah, compared to my 8.
Yes, go for it.
Yeah,
Turn it.
at least then you get an 18 and it gets to be good at one thing.
10, 12.
Oh, there's a 17 in there,
14.
too.
Oh.
That's a 13.
Yeah.
Just like him.
Yeah, tied with me.
As opposed to
Yes, as opposed to whatever...
highest 8, lowest 8, highest 15, lowest 8.
Yes.
So can I take his roll set instead?
Yes, you just both have the same roll set.
It doesn't bother me.
No, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
I'm happy enough. Don't need to be greedy now. Press my luck, as it were.
Now I don't know the numbers though.
Can you
Where's that?
Yes, Nick, I know where it is. Thank you.
I'm being helpful!
It's the one that doesn't have a line through it.
Yes.
You're being helpful?
I'm trying.
What the heck is that?
It's a 9.
Are you sure it's not a well-endowed 3?
Would you prefer a 3?
I think it's just a really well-hung 3.
It's supposed to be a 9.
No, then why has it got a penis?
Why are you always gonna see penises everywhere, man? That's just weird.
Because if you look hard, like really, really hard, there's penis everywhere.
Everything's a penis.
The best part is, none of you realize what Bob's handwriting looks like.
My numbers are solid.
Well, from the sound of it, so was that one.
That's true.
No, it's 9, 10, 11, and then 14 through 18. In sequence.
No, in general, anytime I run a campaign that I'm not thinking of the one-off, I am fine to work with things on stats to make sure you're happy, because otherwise it's not fun.
Well, rolling one set of stats is like...
I felt like the array was a fair alternative.
I hate arrays.
And I learned that just now.
Really? Because I've brought it up 5 or 6 times.
I'm sorry, we've been on
This is the same thing with Nick not wearing pants.
Wear pants! Anyways, I've been on one campaign for like more than a year. I forgot. My bad.
Well, I've been saying it for years.
No. Remember, to Bob, even if the arrays was all 16s, he would probably maybe take it, but still bitch and moan that it's an array.
Yeah, I don't like arrays.
Okay,
I hate them.
You heard
I
him.
will try to remember that.
That's a point by.
I love point buy. I'm totally good with point buy. I hate arrays.
Can someone turn off the camera?
It didn't work. I have to take off my other shoe, otherwise I'll trip.
That would be embarrassing.
Yeah, especially seeing how it's just standing up and then 2 steps.
And as far as feats, the only feat that I actually have in there is the stats one, is the +2 to stats, whatever. And then there's, of course, feats from the player's handbook, some of which may need to be modified for the modern setting. If that seems relevant, let me know and we'll do so. I also have notes in the back of that book for feat ideas that are not all put together. If there's something you want worked on, because that's what you want to have, let me know and we'll figure it out. Likewise, with backgrounds, you get the benefits of a background, which, by the way, are a feature.
And like 2 skills.
There's more than just that, though. Yeah, have feature, 2 skills, a combination of tool, language, and vehicle proficiency. You get 2 of those in total. You get some stuff, but in general, I'm assuming you will either just take it or tie it into your questionnaire.
Mm-hmm.
You also get a credit rating.
There's an entire
Or
section.
credit limit, or whatever it is, yeah. Which, let's just, unless you actively want something else, let's assume 10,000 for each of you as the default.
Okay.
So, kids out of high school.
Unless you want something different. And
No way, I only got like a $2,000 limit out of high school.
yeah, so in high school, I had, I think, in high school, I got that card, I had like $750 limit.
I just know at one point I built up to like $5,000 of credit card debt. And then I realized that credit cards were for the devil.
They are for the devil. They are designed to put you in a hole and never let you out.
So then I dug myself out of the hole.
Like a man.
Like a financially responsible adult.
Are computers going to be like a tool use thing that I'm going to need? Okay.
Am I using yours when he's the one asking the question?
Maybe if you're trying to like hack.
Well, I am.
Why?
Because it's part of the hacker rogue archetype.
Ability scores each increased by 1.
Electronic device. Computer, smartphone, and tablet are 3 different proficiency options.
I hate that we have long swords and short swords in this. I gotta be honest, I really hate that.
Well, just so you know, the reason they're in there is because that chart was originally made when this was for the agency that had you guys potentially also playing fantasy things. So
With the exception of the guard, machete versus a short sword.
I think there's also machete in there.
A significant weight difference.
Yeah.
But
anyways,
and
like I
a
said,
difference in use.
That section was half made from another. There are also, I think, like arcane component pouch or something in the item list. Ultimately, you want to buy an item other than like weapon armor kind of thing, you can just look it up on your phone.
Expertise.
But yes, generally, machete is a tool that can be used as a weapon. It's not really designed for it. It's designed for chopping through trees and stuff, which it's really good at. Just turns out that, branches have a lot in common with fleshy bits of people.
Kukri?
That's a combat knife.
Yes. Which
that's-
doubles as a machete.
Yeah, no.
That
That's-
skews
yeah, that's-
the exact opposite of,
Yeah.
this is a tool that can be weaponized, this is a weapon that can be toolized.
Pretty much.
I'm sure if we trace it back, it was kind of like a dual-purpose
It
development.
was made for chopping off heads.
I feel like it's a bit small for that
Speaking of
design
which-
purpose.
That's well, you're thinking
With
the
one
like
electrical
Gurkhas,
device of your
the
choice.
original ones were
Oh.
not as small.
It's actually part
They
of
were
the
thin.
Okay.
So
They weren't. They were quite heavy because they were used for chopping down trees and the like too. It's also why they're designed that way, so you can put all that force into one
Yeah.
swing.
Well, that's what the curve's for.
Yeah.
Like a Kopesh. No, Kopesh is the way the other direction.
Mm-hmm.
Metallurgy is a complex subject, of which we are not experts.
no,
Even swords are a complex subject that we are not experts.
What do you mean? You stick it with the pointy end.
Let me see. Swords. You got the blood groove. You're striking
The
with
fuller.
the pommel. Just saying lots of things that'll annoy sword enthusiasts.
What are they gonna do? Stab us?
maybe.
So we're all humans, though, right?
Yes.
None of us are
But
dragons.
I will let you choose what type of human.
Dragon human?
No.
Like a half elf.
No.
Half orc?
We previously established that those are also humans.
No.
I was a full-blooded elf that was also a human.
No.
4, so 1, so another.
So we can be variant humans then. is
Yes.
What you mean?
Yes, that is what I mean.
Which is
And if you
Plus
see the
one's
normal
to 6?
human, you have to choose. It's only
No. +1 to 7.
so
No?
he said
no
6.
6. Not all. You have to choose one of them not to get to apply to.
Your ability scores each increase by 1.
Yep, all
Right
6
there.
of them. You have 7 now.
It
So
never specifies 6.
I did though.
I don't see that in my pamphlet.
There's no race in your pamphlet.
There's no race.
Oh god, I'm a big dummy head.
The +1 is tempting because everything except 2 of my stats are odd.
that
Tempting.
that could just about get you to compete with them, right?
It's +5, so 11. Still too shy of them. But I do want that feat. And multi-classic, it's going to be a while before I get another. But I will get 2.
Do you know what specific feat you're looking at?
Yes.
Well, in case it's not obvious, the intention is to actually edit this.
That's fine.
Hopefully, I noticed this quiet didn't cut it out. If not,
There, you're welcome. That help you out there, buddy?
that's why I left it in. Now you know.
I will be a variant human. I'm going to boost my strength and my charisma, and then I'm going to take a feat to boost my con.
You're just gonna be scrolling through and see the arm flailing part and just be like, oh, that now has to stay in.
But that'll give me, I'm going to take Tavern Brawler. It gives me proficiency in unarmed strikes, the ability to, when I make an unarmed strike, to initiate a grapple, and proficiency with improvised weapons.
Perception.
While also giving me a +1 to a stat.
Aren't all the thrown things technically improvised weapons?
Things that aren't supposed to be thrown are improvised weapons.
Well, no. Even the things that are supposed to be thrown, like grenades, are improvised.
No,
Oh, no.
those are thrown weapons. They use whatever weapon trait they have. Because there's going to be a weapon proficiency for them, probably explosives,
Okay, I think...
with which I am proficient.
Yeah.
Because I'm level 1 and I get a fighting style and I take
Start at 3.
Grenadier. Yeah. Well, I know I'm a 2 fighter. I'm a 1 scholar.
Okay. And it's. Do you know what path of
The
scholar?
heck is a tech bag?
I don't have to choose that for 2 more. For
Okay,
four,
so
three
no,
more
you don't know
levels?
yet.
What the heck is a tech bag?
It's one of the
Toolkits?
item packs. Yeah, it's one of the
Yeah,
toolkits.
3 more levels before
Okay.
I have to make that decision.
I can't.
So in the sidebar.
Why aren't there any page numbers? Jeez.
Tech bag includes a backpack, a bottle of water, a set of casual clothes, an energy drink, 2 mechanical pencils, a pair of headphones, a pocket pad of paper, 2 thumb drives, and trail rations for a day.
I hate all of that.
Thumb drives. Tech bag just happens to also have thumb drives in it.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem like maybe college go bag. It doesn't seem very techy, is all I'm saying. It's a set. To go along with other stuff, though.
Yeah. Yes, the bag does not include actually having one of the incredibly expensive devices. That didn't get included there. Surprise.
I would have also taken, like, power cords, cables, USB cables, AV cables, stuff like that. Or
But you have all of that with the devices you get.
it's for someone plugging into something else's device.
Can I have either a camping pack or an emergency pack instead of the
Yeah.
burglar's pack? Because I'm not a burglar.
Yeah.
Simple
Hunter.
weapons, martial weapons, handguns, long arms, explosives, unarmed strikes, and improvised weapons. Is there any proficiency for weapons I don't have? I think with this setup, I have them all.
You went soldier?
Yeah.
And you get that. I think probably you have them all.
Yeah. I was like,
And technically, improvised weapons is one that isn't on the list anywhere. You just added it from that feat. So
Yeah.
you have literally added new ones that weren't on the list.
and I have all armors too. I'm very proficient.
Does this soldier fighter have shield proficiency, or did that get yanked
Yeah,
out?
shield's right here.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if it was going to be one of those things.
I haven't
that
even
got
taken my archetype yet, which is going to be soldier.
Yeah.
I get fighting style grenadier before at level 1.
Yeah.
But but that means I can put something really neat in my proficiency list of just all.
All weapon, all armor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was not my intention, but a happy accident. It was Monday, so I was watching Bob Ross on Twitch. Mm-hmm. It's a pleasure.
Just a happy accident.
Just a pleasure.
On Smite, they made a happy little tree Bob Ross skin for Sylvanas.
Yeah.
I never paid for anything in my life, but by God, I paid for that. We'll just put a little happy tree right here. It's all right. You don't got to worry about anything. Just let your hand kind of lightly touch the paper.
A real pleasure to listen to.
I don't like this pocket pistol nonsense. I'm not happy with it.
Not
I
happy
have
with
to
it at
get
all.
rid of it and buy something that isn't a piece of crap.
Would you like to have that and a rifle?
Well, I'm already going to figure out how to get a rifle into this pot. The pocket pistol is one way or the other going bye-bye for a big boy gun.
Well, then why are you writing it down?
Because it's mine.
Also, though we'll probably forget by then, play the entire campaign as Bob Ross. Just know.
No, it'll be hard to pick up his voice on the mic.
Oh, don't
You gotta
worry.
speak a little louder.
Yeah.
Just because you can't hear me doesn't mean I'm not projecting perfectly well. If Bob Ross can be heard, Bob Shaw can be heard too.
They
He
had
had a lavalier microphone.
Do you want me to hook this on my shirt?
Just some snowball. I have a goiter so I can Bob Ross.
Dude,
No, thank you.
How,
No.
how much would a small mic cost?
I looked at
I'm
it.
just saying, I could Bob Ross do this entire thing. Just be nice and calm. Everyone have a real good time. You know, have a little happy accident. When we're in combat, I'm like, you can just put a bullet there. Whatever you want. I mean, there's no misses, just happy accidents. I'm just going to put a bullet right there in the
I just hit that other person. No, this is just a happy accident.
just right there in the deer's heart. Oh, look at that, it's going down. Now isn't that beautiful? Just made a nice little spread like that. You know, you don't got to worry about it. You don't have to go back and clean up as long as you're not a mud mixer. Everyone likes mud mixer. Just got to beat the devil out of it.
Having fun?
I love Bob Ross. I don't think anyone I will sit there and I'll start watching Bob Ross on Twitch and I go, I'll watch it for a little bit. 10 hours later, I'm like, I guess I should go to bed.
Now, I noticed that on their chat they can do little emotes things. Well, the system notices when people are typing "Rip Devil" because that was something that happened on. So it's got a counter now, and it was up to like 16,800 number of times Bob Ross has ripped the devil.
Because he, whenever he's knocking the excess water out of the his brush, he says, "Just gotta beat the devil out of it." Bob Ross beat devil. Bob Ross 1, devil 0.
R.I.P. Devil.
He beats that devil hard. He's had a hard life with Bob Ross.
He just beats the devil out of it.
All that paint thinner.
What kind of trait should a law enforcement man have?
Deception.
No, not skills. I got skills. I'm looking for the background.
Secret
Secret agent.
past.
Yeah, secret agent.
Duplicitous past.
And now I'm just hearing in my head you saying secret Asian.
Secret Asian man. That's why he's in the South. Nobody expects him there.
You could be like Steven Crowder's half-Asian lawyer.
I'd actually like to point out in contract, there's actually a lot of Asians in the South, and most of them speak with really thick South accents.
Yes.
So you might be expecting something really Asian, but you won't. You're going to hear like a thick Texas accent.
I forget, in King of the Hill, was that guy, like...
Vietnamese, I believe.
Oh, okay. Did he speak with the... Yeah, did he speak with the Southern accent or Vietnamese accent?
He was accented.
Oh,
but
okay.
he was also, I'm pretty sure he was immigrated in.
Oh, okay.
Himself. He wasn't like kids of immigrants.
Every time I see King of the Hill, it's specifically one episode. Every time I watch it, it's the same episode. It's the episode
that's
where...
a clean burn in hell, I tell you what.
No, it's the one where he joins a communal thing and he starts making them make a profit, and it ruins it.
The communal the food share thing.
Yeah, he joins a food share and he just starts fixing everything, and it starts turning a profit, and everyone turns into gigantic money-grubbing douchebags, and the food quality has gone down because he made a mid-rare steak. And what if they don't want it? What if they want their steak well done? You ask them politely but firmly to leave.
We don't serve their kind here.
As a cook, I support this decision.
You could do it something like contacts.
Okay. That just always seemed like a thing never used.
What are you talking about? People use contacts all the time, just because you like glasses.
No, I'm just saying, whenever I get one...
Look at you guys not being able to see on your own. I don't want to be visionist, but look at this. I can just hold this book anywhere and still see it.
That's what the glasses are for.
Yeah, duh.
No, you have to move your head. I'm not into that level of effort.
That's why you wear them so close to your eyeballs, so you get the peripheral.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't know.
I have to try to see beyond my glasses. Like, really move my eyeballs. Yeah, because contacts are either one of those things you never use, or you try to abuse until the DM says stop that.
Attacks and spellcasting.
That is the correct way
I'm
to use
really unhappy with that. Both being at the same place.
Well, eventually...
It made no sense for me to put a separate section for spellcasting. You are almost certainly not going to end up with it. I don't know how far this campaign is going to go, or what direction it will lead. Technically, you might end up with it, but I don't think so.
Cross-class into wizard.
It's like nothing magical comes over. You just kick into the doors of the other universe and just go and learn magic. This wasn't the way it was supposed to be.
Magic missile.
Also, in whatever, contact system this is, I just imagine me calling in contacts,
right
then
there.
the military showing up and taking care of any of this versus being an isolated, community besieged by something.
Do you think this is going to be an isolated community besieged by something?
I thought that might be one of the things. We don't know. That is a possibility. It could also be worldwide, where the military is responding someplace else and suit yourself. In which case, also not really good for contacts.
You could have something to do with, because it's your background. Are you still going with the background of you were from the, big shot in the city and you moved down here?
Yeah.
Have it something tying you with the city. Or if you end up, let's see.
Hey, you said level 2, correct?
Yeah, sure. I'll just.
You're level 3.
Oh, Kobe.
That way you get to be your hunter. I literally decided that because you wanted to you wanted to be an archetype that made more sense if you knew how to use a rifle from the beginning, and since that's what gives that to you.
Oh, I was just gonna try
I
to
can-
shoehorn it in.
It's like you could just be a fighter and then bam.
Yes, but he didn't.
He wants
put,
to actually be
He didn't
hunter
put hunting under the fighting traits. He put hunting under the rogue traits.
because
That's where it belongs.
It is where it belongs, but hunters don't generally use pistols when they're starting out.
When they're starting out, they eventually get
Well,
there.
depends on what you're hunting.
No, there are
Hunters
no. There are crazy people. They're usually above the age of 40 and are done living their lives, so they decide to go bear hunting with pistols.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you want something with a little more oomph in it for a bit.
Yes, exactly. They're crazy people.
Okay. As long as we're on the same page.
No,
See?
they're nuttier than fruitcake.
See, I'm always crazy. When I think of hunting, it's like, yeah, you rifle your bow. Then you get real crazy and you start setting up, Saw-level death traps for a deer. With, like, razor wire that zip across a thing and just completely bisect a deer in half.
Saw, that's ghost shit.
Well, that would also happen. It could...
Generic hoary thing.
Yeah, horror thing. The high-tension wire...
There are people who specialize in doing snares and stuff like that. The really creepy people are the ones who aren't the bear hunters with pistols. It's the boar hunters with spears.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, I'm doing this the old way.
It's like, it's a very small community and it's always shrinking.
Yeah. No. There are snares and other stuff, but I want to take something that would take out an AT-ST on a deer. Those two giant swinging logs.
Ewok style.
Yeah, it's just Ewok style hunt a deer.
Or you're proficient.
I'm not.
Yeah, I think I'll just take a variation of the noble thing in the city.
Or if you want a variation from one of the sword quests. Once there's that too, but yeah.
Okay, so I'm just going to put the ones that I'm doubling, I'll put a D on for the expertise.
Yes.
Okay.
I made an X. That's the one where I get, like, free lodging and people listen to me in the city, right?
In the city, do 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 do.
I don't know if that's the best one.
Well, I'm looking for something, and if I were to go back to the city, I would have some power left and get free lodging. That's one of them.
Why would you go to the city?
Well, exactly. It probably won't
In
come
case
up,
you end
but-
up with some traveling and you might end up... In case you have some hunting to do in the city.
Why would I have hunting to do with the city?
Because whatever's invading our world might go to the city. And
Yeah.
I can only imagine you want to go to murder it.
Yeah, imagine the amount of prey, if it's looking for prey. All of those tasty, delectable people there.
Okay. What terrain do I live in? Terrain that I live in, because it says I get to choose my favorite type of terrain. What terrain do I actually live in?
Weird in the south. You got, like, marsh, forest.
What?
Badlands.
That was actually something
big
that we
place.
should really discuss here. What state are you guys in?
Texas? Anyone else go with Texas?
I was going to say Louisiana or Arkansas, just be really southern.
But Texas only has like 2 different types of environments, where Louisiana has like 50.
Yeah.
Well, wet and not wet. It's like
Yeah, but those aren't choices.
What choices do you have?
Arctic, coast, desert, forest, grassland, mountain, swamp, or urban.
You would have swampland and forest. And
And mountain, and coast, and urban.
Yeah, all the states.
fire.
Wow. Montana, maybe.
And probably forest, because there's just forest, too.
Forest was one of the ones I said.
Yeah, forest and...
So, forest, mountain, swamp, urban, coast, everything but desert.
If desert or
Arctic, yeah, there's not a lot of
no
it.
desert, grassland, or Arctic.
There might be grassland. So, where do we live?
What do you want to do, Austin?
Louisiana it is.
Louisiana? Then he's gonna be right as far as the two primary ones regarding where you would live, depending on how far towards the coast you are in Louisiana, either swamp or forest.
Seeing how there isn't not a whole lot of hunting in the swamp.
Well, you could be a crazy man with a boomstick and hunt alligator.
They just use 22s.
Oh, well.
Yep. Pow! It doesn't damage the hide.
Because it goes in one and doesn't come out.
Well, isn't that what the sticks are also for?
No, the sticks make big holes. Those are for sharks.
Oh, okay.
For when you just want it dead and you don't really care how.
Like, no, it's when you put a 12-gauge shell into a stick and you're jabbing stuff with it, you're not looking for any kind of keeping it intact.
And most shark fishing, they're just going for the fins.
I'm almost thinking
things that don't need
a
a
variant
hide.
on that one.
Rustic hospitality?
Yeah. Obviously, change certain words in there, but
Yes.
it's the one that's more close to what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like less shielding you from the law, maybe more less shielding you from criminal, or helping you contact, law agency, or
Yeah. We'll go with
getting you in
urban
contact with.
hospitality.
Yeah.
I knew there was one like that already.
Yeah. I think there's a couple of them that are. The noble one was kind of different. I mean, there's one of the noble ones gives you retainers.
Nah.
Yeah, but my teeth are already jacked.
Not that. You know what I mean.
Yeah, retainers for keeping them in shape. You would need braces first, then retainers.
Yep, and my teeth aren't getting braces because I'm not paying for that.
You ever look into anything like Invisalign or anything like that?
I just don't care enough.
Oh, okay.
Besides, my snaggletooth is charming.
Gives you character.
That's right.
Electronic device of my choice.
Computer, smartphone, tablet.
Vibrator.
How is computer and tablet not? You know what? I don't need to answer that question. They are different things.
Yes.
I was just going to say, I'm like, no. As somebody who's worked on computers, they are not the same thing.
If anything, tablet and smartphone are getting more and more the same.
Yeah. Tablets and phones are basically the same, though.
Yeah, but essentially there's the difference in how they actually function, and essentially the tablet is more close to the middle ground as far as the way that it can be used.
Do I have to have a smartphone?
No.
Okay.
Could he have a stupid phone? Do those exist?
No,
Like a flip phone or prepaid.
No,
they
not
certainly
that.
exist.
I want a super rugged phone. It's not going to be a smartphone. It's just very rugged. Specifically has a very long battery life because it doesn't have a whole lot of functions and gets very good reception. So possibly something I can hook up to either an array
Like a
or is
sat
a sat phone.
Yeah, it's like I'm willing to spin the same as a smartphone, but for different features, such as ruggedness and battery life.
Wait, you want like an avalanche beeper?
No,
The rescue beacons?
I want something I can make calls on too, though. Not just one that goes, how long does that last for? 6 months. We'll get you out. Might have to wait till spring, but we'll get you out.
They'll dig you out. Remember, to avoid an avalanche, try and swim, because you certainly aren't going to stop it.
Yeah.
What?
Because they're moving so fast, you try to swim with an avalanche. Just try to stay on
Yeah,
top.
you don't. You run toward.
What would you? Who would try to stop it?
Well, I mean, like, try to go against it, try to take
hide
cover.
from it? Yeah, take cover. No, you run with it, and
you
then
just
start
try and
swimming as hard
Just
as you
try and
can.
stay on top.
Yeah,
That's your main goal.
it's like try to stay like within 10 feet of the surface. 10 feet of the surface will probably get you.
That's your goal.
It's not going to be too packed when it settles. If you're that close, you can swim.
No, that's the biggest problem, is if you're down, you will pack.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. If you're
Yeah.
close to the surface, you can then swim up.
Well, no, it'll be
No,
packed. You'll have
no.
to dig your way out.
No, and then you spit to see which way's up because usually you're so disoriented by that time.
Okay. That's a good point, because I was thinking, my thought would be, do you just have to wait and sit for a little bit in order to figure out what's up? Because you don't want to dig
Well,
down.
the first thing you do is try to make a hole around your mouth so you can breathe.
Yes, that's what the beacon's for. And that's why you don't go near snowy places anyway. Just don't. Just stay away from
Cold,
the
but
snow.
not snowy. I want a desert tundra kind of environment. No
Exactly.
snow, just ice and cold.
Yeah, that's right. Then you just avoid the whole avalanche situation entirely. Same reason you don't live on the coast. No hurricanes.
We live in Tornado Alley.
Yeah, but we have a basement because we're not idiots.
Yes, we also live in a place that we can hide from it.
Yeah. Tell you what, that was the weirdest thing I learned about internationally, how not super common basements are. Like even in the United States. There are places
would be really weird.
in the United States, places without basements. I'm like, how do you... And
I
I realized they
lived
have
in a
tornadoes.
place. Yeah,
So-
no, they also, the water table's too high. If you
Yeah.
build a basement, it floods. Like, where at my house in Maryland, no basement.
Yeah, that's what I found out. I was like, no, you don't have a basement? But how do you hide from tornadoes if you don't have a basement? Oh, we don't have tornadoes. That's weird.
That was a good decision not to have tornadoes. Why did we?
You ever go outside and see the sky is green, like a really dark green?
That's the point. Is you gotta
That's not a
choose your
normal color of the sky.
when you're deciding where to live, you're really deciding
Which natural disasters
am I going to deal with.
Yeah.
And really, tornadoes are like one of the best options because they are manageable. Like floods, they wreck everything. Earthquakes, they're terrible. Volcanoes, just no.
Hurricanes last very long.
That tornado might wreck your neighbor's house, but leave yours fine.
Yeah, or it might
Or
wreck
vice
your
versa.
house.
What?
But generally speaking, if you got a basement, you're going to be fine.
Yeah. Also,
Hurricanes last forever.
wildfires. Yeah.
Hurricanes
Wildfires
are
are the worst.
Yeah.
terrible. Hurricanes are terrible. That's why I just don't live in dry, forested places.
Like California. No one should live in California. It's a terrible place.
It is. People aren't meant to be there. Like Arizona. The whole state's an affront to God's will.
But with the exception of maybe flash flooding in some low areas when it rains, it has next to no natural disasters.
That's because they're not supposed to live there.
Living there, natural disaster is drought. You know that. You lived there for years, and you yearn for precipitation.
Yeah.
Yes,
go
I do
outside.
miss rain, and even that, you could feel the drought in the fact that the water tastes like dirt. Even our water is still drought-ridden.
How's your water taste? Dry. I don't know how, but this water is very dry.
Feel like something's wrong there.
That's the point. The natural disaster of living in Arizona is you're in Arizona. A place where the nature has worked very hard to make you understand you're not supposed to be here. It's like living
I
in
don't
the
know
ocean.
where you live, but we love all of you.
Yeah, it's like living in the middle of the ocean. Mother Nature's told you not to do that.
See, Arizona
We're working on
has
it, though.
Arizona has some plants in its desert. It's like
Yeah.
the
Well, that's because we've been terraforming it slowly by the use of water.
no.
What do you mean by single shot?
As it shoots one thing and then it's broken.
Because you've got semi-automatic just fine, but now you have single shot.
Like one shot around, one shot per attack action, or
It has a clip with only one bullet in it.
Yeah,
What are you referencing?
the hunting rifle.
The hunting rifle? Oh, it has, yeah.
it's
it
a
has-
bolt action.
Yeah. It's a bolt action.
Bolt action only carries one round.
Yeah,
Single shot.
No,
Because you must manually operate the action between each shot with this weapon. You can only fire one piece of ammunition from it when you use an action, bonus action, or reaction to fire it, regardless of the number of attacks you can normally make. In other words, you don't get multi-attack in the same turn.
Oh, so I'm not buying that.
It's like a crossbow for guns, and equally as useless.
Yes, it's apparently the worst gun.
No, it's one of those really old ones where it doesn't have an internal thing. You have to manually pull out a new bolt and put it in.
No,
It's apparently a rolling block Springfield. You know, that thing that won nothing at all.
Yes,
It won 0 things.
yeah, that's it.
That's just an old black.
So I was when I was modeling it after. How'd you know?
Nailed it. You're just too good at this, Bob.
He hates me. Bob loves guns, and Bob is really awesome and really knowledgeable about guns. And I have dumbed down the gun section to like nobody's business to make it very simple. He would rather have a little more complexity in his guns.
The problem is that it doesn't make sense.
Or a little bit, not
If you're
realism,
going,
but
it's a little bit further in the future than now, and there's going, no, hunting rifle, no
To be fair,
clips.
this isn't written a little bit further in the future. My setting is further in the future, so that I don't have to deal with actual history and that kind of thing.
That's fine. I'm just saying, I could at least have a 30-30 lever action, and it...
would have like, what, 5?
For that, for what? The hunting rifle?
Yeah, and it would be a lever action, not a bolt action. You'd still be able
Get
to...
whatever gun you want and then call it a hunting rifle.
You can knock that ability off. I don't care. Let's come up with a different name for it. Yeah.
I mean, I'd rather have the sniper rifle, but I don't think it's terribly realistic that I'm running around with a 50 cal.
Yeah, because that sniper rifle is obviously military-grade anti-vehicle.
Yes. You can tell because it's
anti-material.
You can tell because it's underneath the rocket launcher. And maybe I really want to destroy that dude's jacket. It's not my fault he was wearing it. He was wearing that helmet over there, and I've been told that we got to get rid of as many helmets as they can. So there goes the helmet.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
I thought that guy had a cigarette lighter, and I'm just anti-smoking. Had to get rid of that cigarette lighter in his front pocket.
In all honesty, basically the way I would handle it in game is I would just up the price and say, all right, we get rid of one of the disadvantages. That is how I would run that. Right now, I'm not really charging you for the guns though, so sure, knock off that disadvantage.
All right.
Technically, just know you spent more than that amount on it. It's a more valuable gun because it doesn't have that disadvantage.
Well, I'm not selling it. It's obviously Daddy's rifle.
In fact, to represent that, I feel like I should make you give something up.
Oh, come on.
Like, maybe you shouldn't get to have the holdout pistol as well, since you're getting it.
No, I still get the holdout pistol.
It's mine. I don't care if I don't plan to use it. I'll have it in my back pocket, holding out, for when you don't expect it and I shoot something in the face.
Oh, no. Obviously, I need as many things as possible. And apparently, just...
Oh, God! You're gonna pit this, aren't you?
What? That... You mean do the only logical thing?
What does
See,
that mean?
see, Adam, you know this isn't true. It says you may only have one loan at a time. You know that's not true.
I do. I'm trying to make a better world. One loan, one.
Yes. Pitting it is in reference to a character from a book in which he is fighting a master vampire, and he just keeps pulling out more guns to shoot the vampire. None of them are effective, but by the end, it's getting annoying. It's like, how many do you have?
No, by the end of the vampire taking away his guns, he's taken 15 guns off of him. And then...
Granted,
the last
he was
gun he
equipped
has,
to go hunt for vampires.
Yeah, and the
I don't have that many different guns.
And the last gun he pulls out is a little snub-nosed 38 and starts blasting away. And
Why?
at which point the vampire goes, how many guns do you have? And he goes, lots, and starts shooting him with a pistol that will not hurt him. Because screw you. That's why.
Technically, I have other rogue abilities.
Yeah, if no one's read Larry Correa's Monster Hunter International, and those, they're good books.
Backgrounds?
No. Like I said, we just work on those. And also, I handed you the book for things to base it off of. You get 2 skills. You get 2 proficiencies between language, tool, and vehicle.
Oh, there's 2 skills and 2 proficiencies?
Yes.
Oh.
But so we're not using these backgrounds?
If you want to just straight up use one of those, if it makes sense, go ahead. But I'm assuming you will need to modify it.
To fudge it a bit?
Yeah.
Be an acolyte. Be a devout Mormon. Worse, a devout Scientologist.
Hey, does that mean you actually get the superpowers? Because, they can teleport.
Yeah, you gotta get your feet.
Once they clear that bridge, they can teleport.
There aren't any. This is 2020X.
There just aren't any.
They've gone off.
They actually ascended, aliens came down, took them. We're surprised by this new invasion. We have literal proof that there are aliens, and they came into
No one knows what happened. They just all disappeared.
What is in the electronic toolkit? I don't know, but I'm taking it.
That's right.
Proficiency.
Oh, the tool. Yeah. It is what you think of. Electronic toolkit. It's
That thing I was saying earlier with wires, maybe like
Yeah.
a multimeter, stuff like that.
multimeter, soldering. Yeah, it's
Okay, so far, skills and otherwise, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 skills. 2 of them doubled. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tools in the language.
Did you end up choosing the vehicle type?
No.
No, can't drive.
I can drive, but I don't get the proficiency. I did not take,
Yeah.
the FBI advanced driving thing.
Adam?
Something hurt you? Is it C4?
It's not C4.
Yeah, don't read that. You don't need that.
Don't read that. You will get so.
My problem is the pocket pistol isn't a pocket pistol, it's a freaking Derringer.
Yeah.
The worst option for pocket pistol.
What are you talking about? They're tiny and powerful. For their size.
I'm just saying, you could find something tiny and powerful that has
Not that
6
tiny.
shots. Smaller.
Oh, because they did a single shot? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Derringers are 2 shots.
Yeah, it says
2 bullets.
2 bullets.
Single shot.
You can fire both at the same time. Wow!
Well, this is worse than a Derringer.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, so this is gone.
I don't even want this on my feet.
Rather have a high power. And I tell you, there's no more scathing of an insult than that.
High power, a brand of pocket pistol.
High power is a brand of just garbage pistol. Their cleaning instructions is throw it away, buy a new one.
But is it Taurus shaker semi-automatic to make it shoot?
No, it's not. It's unreliable because sometimes it doesn't go bang, but it doesn't go bang accidentally.
To be fair, between the two...
And I like to remember, that Taurus fired while being shaken while the safety was on.
Wow! Oh, yes. I forgot!
Because the safety on that gun only prevents the trigger from being pulled, which obviously doesn't prevent the gun from firing. Which,
So,
ideally, your safety would help
what I'm going to
protect the
do
bullet,
is I'm going
not
to take
just
the
stop you from pulling the trigger.
semi-automatic pistol here, and I'm going to give it some negatives, and make it smaller.
Okay.
So it can be concealed as the pocket pistol, but I'm like cutting the ammo capacity down severely and all that. So it'll be the same size bullet, less ammo capacity, shorter range. So it's going to be the 120 range instead of the 124-50 range. And yeah, make it concealable. That's what I'm doing.
You know a lot about guns. I'm not going to say no. Because you will go crazy if I do.
No, I'll start explaining it, which is worse.
It is, because he'll eat up airtime.
Yeah, I don't care.
No, he'll just like go 20 minutes later. And that's why...
No.
And at the end I say, fine, I don't care.
Yeah, no. It's not that eating time right now, it's... He would eat, if you stayed firm on it, every episode he would eat time explaining it again.
Eventually, he doesn't
every
have to
time he
care about what I did.
fires.
Eventually, he doesn't have to care what I did with guns. That's
There-
for you guys.
There'll
Just
be a
like-
new table here?
Yeah, guns is for you guys. He's starting to realize. Yeah, I have also just made an array of abilities to make guns out of. Make your own gun if you need to. Because obviously there's more than like 8 or 9 guns in the world.
That
Who
works.
knew?
Land.
I knew.
Are you sure you don't need me to explain it in detail?
100% absolutely, positively positive.
Well, if you're absolutely 100% positively positive.
Yes.
What is nice?
Sneak attack one up.
Huh? It's...
I get 2 skill proficiencies of my choice because I already had the skill proficiencies for that background.
I'm going to do 3 of these.
Well,
Officially speaking, you're making your own backgrounds. Everyone gets just 2 skill proficiencies.
yeah, it's just, you get extras.
What background did you base yourself on?
Soldier.
That makes sense.
Just a less professional soldier because that's one's obviously meant rake and file professional. And I'm less professional. But still, the chosen skills are athletics, intimidation. I already have those.
Makes sense.
I'd pick up more.
Okay, what's wrong with this?
Everything.
So, is it that it's $20 for the C4? Is that what's supposed to upset me, or the fact that it's Sonic?
No. Just read...
You have to read a lot of what the abilities do to...
Special timed.
That is a special ability, and that's where the shit gets
That's
weird.
C4.
C4, and then there's timed is reference.
Right here.
Yeah.
Well, it makes sense. I mean, I don't like that it's chosen at the time of purchase, but for balance reasons it ought to be, though I don't know why anyone would ever buy anything that was not remote. Just every time.
Well, I think it's also the fact of the price at buy is the block of C4 is like
$20.
$20. Adding this remote detonator of something to click makes it like 120.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the idea behind it is you got one of those, and then you get one that's like the cheapest one, and that's the rest of them if you're planning to chain them together.
Oh, that was the thing. You can't buy a block without the other stuff.
The cheapest option, I guess the delay, the worst one, is considered to be just free with it. And that's what he doesn't like. Is because I don't factor that into the price, and so it's just considered part of it, so officially speaking, every other block you buy just to be a chain block has that.
Shouldn't they all just just have delay on it, and then you can buy a remote as one of your technical equipments, like as one of your tools?
Because I'll only trigger one block one time. Then you throw that remote detonator away.
No, you should just have it as part of your
Yeah,
toolkit.
you throw the remote detonator away.
No, that's why I'm
You
asking
would still have
for
the
a change.
You would still have the remote. It's the actual thing the remote connects to that's gone.
Yeah, which you just put a new one on.
Technically.
That should be part of a toolkit. Being able to buy a C4 is insane in the first place, just for the record. That's a bad plan.
I need a.
To be fair, anything like that is not just in the store.
Then why do you have
Because
anything other than remote?
No. I can put in my background, or Austin could, that we have a Class 3 license.
Whoa, I don't have any C4. You can search my house, you will find no C4.
Can
we search the shed? You may not search the shed.
That is a private area.
That's my masturbatorium.
Now we'll need to see a warrant.
Exactly.
Now go get one after you search the house, and I'm no longer going to search that.
I'm just going to spend my time in here not doing anything sketchy at all.
Yeah. I'm just saying, we could both technically have that Class 3 license relatively easy with our backgrounds.
I think you need a special explosives license for C4.
I don't know if you'd be able to buy it without restrictions. At the very
Basically,
least,
you just have
purchasing will
essentially-
put you on a list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're a military, ex-military professional, as long as you're not also a...
National Guard.
Oh, National
It's
Guard.
like being in the military for all the discounts, but none of the work.
To be fair, I feel like I'm
National
on
Guard
some
does a
of
lot
this.
of the work.
Do you have any idea how much
That's
stuff
not
I had to
everyone
search
else's
to
thing.
make this document? I mean, really, how expensive is a fragmentation grenade?
Is now in your search
Purchase fragmentation grenade. Okay, that's not actually as expensive as I thought.
No, they give them to infantry.
Yeah.
Basically, if they give it to a standard infantryman, it's probably not that expensive.
Yeah, I anticipated it would be more expensive. But because I spent a lot of time searching that, C4, rocket launchers...
Which is
sniper
why you
rifles,
all should download the packet, because he did the work, so you don't have to go on a list.
It'll be linked below.
Downloading the
Eventually.
packet puts you on a list.
Download that packet, it's like the Anarchist Cookbook.
You're on a list.
So basically, your feature is you have contacts. You have other Weekend Warrior contacts,
I
basically.
mean, I might know other people. I know a bunch of other people who are into this like I am. It's like, are we here for the National Guard? We're here for like half that. It's also kind of fun to just walk around with military level equipment, every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, the National Guard does a lot of good work, namely in disaster relief.
Yeah, seeing how the actual military is not allowed on to operate on U.S. soil for anything less than like...
They totally can. There's like 6 different ways to get around that rule.
Yeah, but it has to be like executive ordered or something along that line.
Oh, it's a state of emergency. Yeah, there you go. Bam, military. We just, want some. All right, here you go.
Usually when it's state of emergency, it's the National Guard that shows up, though.
Yeah, because that's all you need. There's enough of them. You usually won't need more. But if you did, you could have some. But National Guard's a neat organization.
Just saying, if I had to join, most people don't shoot at the National Guard.
That's true.
Yeah.
Not often in the combat zone.
Are you going with the variant human?
Oh, yeah. Did that a while ago.
Not super duper brave, but I'm super duper for not getting shot at.
Yeah, even if I was, too brave, I'd still prefer
Not getting shot at? Yeah.
I think that's going to be pretty high on the list of things I just don't want to happen.
Very human also gets a skill?
I think so.
Check the book.
He's on another page. I'll check the book for him. He can't be bothered.
Mm-hmm.
You can just flip back and forth, man.
He doesn't know how that works. Too complicated.
Because I'm just counting up. 4 from rogue, 2 from background, so that's 6, and then the 7th from variant.
I got 5. So you'll have more than that.
Oh, yeah.
Variant. 1 skill,
Okay.
1 feat, 2 ability scores.
Yep. I got the other parts, just not the other skill.
Sure, there's a feat that gives you some more skills.
Which I may take.
Here, any combination of 3 skills or tools of your choice. Are you that close to having them all that it's just worth it?
It may just be I don't see any other feat worthwhile, and that feat will be hilarious.
By dropping into Scholar, I got Jack of all trades.
Mm-hmm. I might also cross-class into Scholar, just to have more skills.
Half proficiency, you get 1 skill, but you get half proficiency to all skills you don't have proficiency in.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was things like that made me want to make sure I had multi-classing available. I was like, no, there are some decent first-level options to just get a little dip. Let's go with it.
You could drop into Fighter for 1 level and get Grenadier.
Or a number of other fighting things, depending on what
Mostly
you do.
Grenadier.
That one makes sense because that is the only way to get Grenadier.
Every time I hear that, I think grenadine. It's like just
pour me a bottle of that.
No. Like I was just thinking, are you a grenadier? No, I'm a grenadine. You want some cherries? You want some cherry in that? You want some cherry in that? Just grenadine everything.
Because they all those words come from the fruit.
Hey.
By the way, did you read through the hacking section?
Not again. Not
Okay,
since
you did
first,
originally. Okay.
Yeah. Because you added the last bit, so I knew the first couple already.
Well, just basically the fact. No, I mean like hacking, not hacker, hacking.
Oh, then no.
Yeah, actually how hacking works.
Oh.
I made rules for hacking.
Oh, good. I thought I would just have to use class ability and say,
No, I realized it was class ability, and so I needed to know how it worked ahead of time.
yes.
Say. Hacking. When someone attempts to gain access to a system using the hack system ability, an intelligence check is needed, using the proficiency with the type of electronic device being hacked. The difficulty of the check would be moderate DC, 15, for a common 8-character password on a typically secure system. Shorter passwords would reduce the difficulty, and more secure system would increase it. If an attempt to access the system fails, another attempt cannot be made until someone with intended access to the system has logged in and out again. And obviously, depending on the system and type, that can vary greatly, but that's just sort of a base level, here's how this works.
Wait, where do you decide? We were in Louisiana?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
The old LA.
Nope.
What?
I almost want to take alert for how much BS it throws into the game. +5 on initiative, whatever. You can't be surprised while conscious. Other creatures can't gain advantage on attack rolls against you as a result of being hidden. Welcome to I Hate You, Rogues. I hate you.
All that does is makes me not use rogues. Big deal.
Yeah.
Do I do that very often anyways?
No. See, we often build around stuff you already don't do just to be safe.
That's probably because in most games I try and find one thing that I don't do very often and do it just to see what happens. And so you'd rather be prepared. Mm-hmm. I don't want him to choose this one this time. What did all y'all's luck end up being? Okay, you have a good luck.
13.
16.
Okay. So yeah, he has a good... Because there are a decent number of times where I will just say, somebody roll a luck story. Now that doesn't mean that Nick can't be fastest to the draw, and if he rolls his first, he makes the whole group unlucky.
Now, can I take the feat lucky? And how does that interact with the luck stat, or just those rules as intended?
Yeah, there is one difference. Maybe there's not a difference. What am I thinking? Oh, I think I know what I'm thinking. Hold on. I don't think it affects this campaign. No, that wasn't that idea. Anyways, yeah, no, that's fine. It is just a very different type of lucky.
Oh, yeah, that's the one I want. I've taken this before. It is hilarious. Observant.
Intelligence or wisdom by 1. You can see a creature's mouth while speaking a language you understand. You can interpret what is saying by reading its lips. And plus 5 to passive perceptions and passive investigation. I do not promise that I will use the passives very often, but...
Oh, but they are both ones I have my double proficiency to.
Okay.
One advantage?
Well, no, double proficiency, so we're what, 3 or 2 still? I forget.
We're at 2.
Yeah, so...
Yeah. I don't use the passives as often because it's hard for me not to metagame making the DCs based on knowing what your passives are.
But still, I prefer it just because I can call out I'm using my passive perception while going through a thing.
I specifically don't look at that directly.
That's not how passive works.
It is, in my mind, the same as taking 10.
It literally is the same as taking 10.
Yeah, if you get a 10.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't try too hard.
Yeah. It also makes my intelligence 20.
Good for you. You're oh so smart.
That's what I was going for.
Yes. Book or movie?
And I also like the reading lift stuff.
Yeah.
Wait, did you just put an insane clown posse?
Yeah.
What the hell's
To be
wrong?
To be fair, that says so much about what his character is going to be.
No, to be fair, Austin also likes the Insane Clown Posse.
Nothing wrong
He
with-
has for years.
I like a handful of their songs.
They're a pretty good
I
band.
I tried getting in listening through their discography. It made me really upset. There are so many artists I was able to do that to that I just didn't care for. I couldn't finish theirs.
No, they're just really... You gotta be into it.
Yeah, no, there was so much I couldn't do. But they do have a handful of songs that I do enjoy.
And that's fine. Yes. I raise pigs as a hobby. I work at a bar, and I listen to the Insane Clown Posse.
You don't fit in too good.
No,
I fine!
I just feel you should be on a government watch list because of that. Those seem as
Why
very
do you
mundane.
think you're his friend?
And I'd like to point out, being a fan of ICP makes me a gang member. A violent gang member.
Yes.
To be fair, this is a number of years in the future.
Maybe that's calmed down by then.
You're just one of those old school gangsters.
The kind who just sit around and help out the community.
Yeah.
The really old school gangsters.
Like the biker gang that helps abuse children by going to their court dates and staring down the person who hurt them.
Hi!
No, there's a biker gang that does that.
I'm not surprised. That's the kind of thing. At this
that's
point,
all
that's
they
almost
do.
the kind of image that biker gangs get is helpful to children and people that are disadvantaged. That's kind of what I think of at this point. That's kind of the reputation they have now.
No,
You have the,
there's a
like,
story where
1%ers,
kids sitting
and then
up there
the
on
rest of them.
Kids sitting up there on the stand in the biker gang, and there's like 10 dudes just sitting there, just staring at the father. And the judge asks if he's scared. The kid's like, "No, my friends are scarier than he is."
Yeah, no, it's the it's
Just like,
so much news with
good
that now
people.
that it's just like, yeah, they're like, no, we have a very
Good,
tough
it's good press.
persona, but they use it in a better way. Yeah.
What's your name?
I haven't had one yet.
Yeah.
I don't have a name yet. I'm working on other stuff first.
Are you going to be my brother?
No?
Are you gonna be mine?
Wasn't planning on it?
We do tend
If
to
you
have
were,
fun.
I was going to put you down here, under people you are responsible for.
You're not responsible for me. I'm an independent man. I don't need no oversight.
Okay. I'm in the National Guard. The government doesn't think I'm crazy. You know, the fact that you say that way too often says something about you.
Hey, the government accepts me. I pass a test. CH says it right here. Psychologically sound. I'm cleared to use weapons and everything. Nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
Gotta get those papers that say you're not crazy. They're very important.
Mm-hmm. There to the questionnaire portion.
Ah, the essay portion.
Yes.
Yes.
How many of these can I get away with just saying no, so I don't have to write anything else?
Yeah, there's a few of them. For most of them, I tried to make it something that might make you think and be interested in your character more. That was definitely the goal.
Something you wish you were better at. Making up bullshit. It's nonsense. I'm great at that.
I know you are, but is your character?
I'm the best.
I know you are, but is your character?
Wiping?
What does that suggest that you're bad at?
I just feel like no matter how good you are, you could always be better.
It's just like, that's one of those skills you definitely want to master. Go the extra mile.
Take the double proficiency from Rogue.
What are you, a shit disturber? No, I'm the opposite.
I'll leave it right where it is.
It's like when I go in there, it's like it was never even happened. Nothing is disturbed. It's pristine. There you go.
Do I have to read it out and see if I can see it? Let's see. How do you make it? Hunting, tracking. Okay.
That's just how I would know the law enforcement dude.
You can make money doing that?
Yeah, you can be a professional guide. They
That's
actually
true.
make
In
good-
Louisiana,
You can make
you
good
need
money.
one of those.
Yeah. And I'm specifically can never get lost unless it's magical means. So I'm a super duper good guy.
Well, I mean, truthfully, all truly good guides never get lost. Oh, this is just the scenic route. Thought you'd all like to see all this.
Yeah,
Beautiful out
just
here.
beautiful. Well, see, the problem is around that time of night it gets a lot of boars in the area if we went straight back. So I took us around
Looking
around
out
that
for you.
area. You didn't notice all the sign of the dangerous animals that we had to walk around? Don't worry, I steered you right around that.
Didn't see one, did you?
You
Farm. Farm?
What?
You left a farm?
Yeah,
Okay, Father passed leaving the farm and his hunting pistol.
rifle. There's no P. Yeah, that's not a P. It's an R. It's a capital R.
It is rifle. The E, it was the E that looked more like the O that I did. The R is fine. It's the E looking like the O that...
As I said, my numbers are spot on. My handwriting is in cursive. Y'all just can't read. Cursive. They told me in 3rd grade that I had to learn cursive because that's all we would ever use. And guess what? I haven't used anything else since, despite the fact that they were all lying whores.
How do you relax in your time off? Drinking. If given a 3-day weekend, how would you wish to spend that time? A side job?
You gave me 3 days? No, I'm going to go get another job. I got work to do.
Okay. So a bit of a workaholic then.
No, I got bills.
I feel like you failed in your goal of writing less.
Yes, he has.
One word. You're second to last ones for already.
Yeah.
No, I also did the initial for favorite book, though. For movie,
yeah.
I did initials, MHI. Which is the excellent Monster Hunter International book that was mentioned earlier in the show. Depending upon how we cut it, I might have just said it twice in a row. Challenge accepted?
The initial for Monster Hunter National, I don't think it'd be HMI.
It's MHI.
Monster
They're international.
And
MHI.
song, Country Boy Can
I
Survive.
heard HMI earlier.
HMO.
It says MHI here on the paper, though, so he wrote it correctly.
Hey, I can speak wrong if I want to.
It's hardcore. Scar you have on the...
It will
Is that
explain
inner
my
left leg due to bear attack?
boar attack.
Boar attack.
No, it will
Hey,
explain
you're
my
not
extreme
dead.
hatred to boars. Yes, I
Hey,
hate
you're not dead.
boars.
Congratulations.
That's another E to O that I messed up, by the way.
Attacked by boar and not die.
Yeah, it's impressive.
Oh, yeah.
We are lucky.
Marksmanship is what you're better at. Makes sense.
It's like, how'd you get attacked by a boar? Snuck up on me. Oh, really impressive you're not dead.
No,
See, Nick
Boars
makes a
are mean.
living as a sheriff.
guy was
Not
One of the
responsible
ones
for anyone.
No, guy was taking tracking, decided to start shooting at boar as opposed to waiting for safe distance, shoot at boar, and actually hit it. And then it charged him. I got in the way, and it wound up.
Ask if you need.
No, I was just letting him talk. How do you relax some time off? Computer, gun range, bar.
Bob Ross.
Seeing
Watching Bob
how
Ross.
long it takes to pick a lock. And if you're on a 3-day
Does
weekend,
training to be better lock picker?
how would you wish to spend that time? Bar, hunting, going out to the city. Favorite band, Johnny Cash. Favorite book, To Kill a Mockingbird. Tell about a scar. How do you do? Gunshot, shoulder right, Billy.
I believe the other one set up that way
Stab
too.
wound, left side. No, that's fine. Something you wish you were better at.
Why don't you just do sock mob?
Somehow wasn't doing anything.
Some
Standing
sort of
on the
driving.
corner, minding my own
Off-road?
business.
Offensive.
Offensive driving. What do you got?
As in you drive
you're-
really
you want me to-
poorly, like
okay.
Dustin is an offensive driver.
Sure.
Not offensive.
You're on a roll.
Yeah.
Offensive.
You're on a roll.
Okay, Austin's is how you make a living in a bar. A bartender.
No, he robs people
Well,
in bars.
it's a smaller bar. You just,
So,
one person
cook,
does a lot of work.
bartending.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
so
my deal
you
is
run a
I'd
bar.
I'd be like bartending, bouncing.
Bartender,
you're running-
bouncer,
okay.
bar back,
Yeah.
maybe
So
a
you
cook.
probably have a bar. Are you
I
owner?
work at one.
You work at one?
I don't own one. I own pigs.
Yeah. Your responsibility is the pigs. You're relaxing your time off in the bar. 3-day weekend, have a bonfire. Favorite band? ICP. Favorite movie? Michael Bay.
Best answer.
Just
Yeah.
I thought about putting How Do You Relax on 3-Day Weekend Bob Ross videos.
Tell about a scar you have and how you got it. Burn scars, right arm, back. Lack of fire safety. Those bonfires, eh?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's when he went from pyromaniac to fire enthusiast.
And something you wish you were better at? Also, marksmanship.
I have a 10 in dexterity.
He actually needs to be better. You're just striving to be the best.
No, it's just
No? You're striving to be the
sense.
I know. Point being, you have made further progression into it. You're actually decent, but
and
you're...
for the record, you're welcome to me actually working in how I know these chuckleheads.
if nothing else, we would all end up at his bar, and we at least both hunt.
Well, no, I'm also a tracker, which means the police would have reasons to employ my services.
Yes.
There's multiple ways that I know both of you.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
And
So you're
definitely a standard at the local bar.
He works
Hey,
there.
man.
Yeah,
I got
exactly.
18 charisma. I'm a people person.
Yeah.
I throw parties. People show up.
You are
hang
that...
out.
And
Yeah,
then
that's,
have pig races.
Or the scholar, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like, we hang out.
And also, technically, as much as so far they've painted you like this lowly person, technically, doesn't that make you the face of the party?
I am
Hey,
the
to be
face.
fair, I have a 15 in charisma.
You barely get any lower, man.
got
That is practically a low stat for you.
No.
That's your second lowest
Those
stat.
are my 10s. The 15s are my 10s.
I know, that is your second lowest stat, man.
Yeah, but your only charisma thing is persuasion.
I'm just...
I did not take deception.
I have
was
both
cool.
perception and intimidation.
Ah, you have all three?
I did not take persuasion on purpose.
Ah, okay. Well, I have it for those
See,
times.
he's just a douchebag.
I got a +1 to persuasion. Proficiency. Jack of all trades.
And he still gets
Okay.
that stat bonus.
So now I just need to
Yeah, what's that?
Finish up
What's
with
your persuasion bonus?
feats and and race stuff
Okay.
because they had the book.
Okay. I'm sorry. You also had a book.
15s are 2, right?
I thought that one was specially put together or something.
No. This is literally that. This one is the
11,
one that's all
12
cut
is
up.
one.
So
13,
I gave you one
14
that was
is
slightly
2.
nicer.
Okay,
15,
dwarf,
16 is 3.
No,
Take
even
dwarf.
then.
No,
Yeah.
you're human.
elf.
So
14, 15.
Elves are not
Oh,
humans.
okay, so
we learned that in the last
10,
game.
11, then 12. Okay.
rolls over on the evens.
Okay. So 2, 4, 4.
Yeah, mine's 5.
True enough. But my perception is, let's see. Rolls
Each ability score
3,
increases by
5,
1.
6 of them. That is assuming there are only 6
7.
scores. So you would choose one of your ability scores not to increase, or
Assuming
you
it's
could take the variant.
passive, 7 plus 5.
To
22.
increase, you get a skill
Minus 1 on
proficiency and a
wisdom.
feat.
Minus 1 on wisdom for you? Yeah.
Well, only
Not
2
the
of
most
them are
observant.
odd numbers. Well, 3 of them are, but no one needs charisma.
I got the scars
Yeah.
to prove it.
Yes. Oh god, what would target that as an attack?
No.
Oh, what, your luck save?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I made luck a save option as well.
Now that just reminds me of what's the go get the dragon stuff game?
Huh?
The go grab the dragon stuff?
Oh, the horde thing where to win, you go in, you grab one thing, and then you leave.
No. The most probability of winning is you go in, then you leave. You do nothing, you leave. That will give you the highest chance of winning.
When we played, we had a long game, but Austin, who was teaching everyone, lost on the first turn.
Yes, to a luck save. Okay,
Well, that was my fault. I took the character with no luck.
Okay, it's a log over chasm. Roll luck. Okay, roll luck. I die. You guys go on. I'm now third party spectating and teaching you the rules.
Which I guess was probably the best that at least you were teaching the rules in that. You still had a role to do.
Versus, well, I lost. I'm gonna go over here and do something else. Oh yeah, half plus 1 for health. Normal.
Well, yeah, it's normal.
Yeah, it's normal health.
Okay, normal health.
At the first level, you get full.
Yeah. Well,
It's literally what it says in the character.
I'm just wondering if there was any special rules I didn't notice earlier.
8 plus con mod at first
Yeah.
level, and then 5 plus con mod at each level after, unless you want to roll. It's never good to roll.
Yeah, no.
Unless you, to be fair, I had a character that I rolled all the time, and it was because I deliberately wanted him to have lower health. For the type of character, for the character type that was, I wanted lower health, so I rolled each time. And it generally worked.
I think Travis is a good name. Travis. What's Louisiana? Like Latroy? Latroy? Something French?
Yeah, something French.
Something French.
It can be, but there are also all sorts of just normal last
Hey,
names there.
if I can't be racist, I'm going to be a stereotype.
Oh, my name's based on 2 songs. I am Sue Murder.
You've been named Sue.
Yes, a boy named
Are
Sue.
you Officer Murder?
Yes.
Murder's my last name.
I feel like that would have hindered your progression in your field.
But look at these stats. It's like we want to hold him back because he's literally Officer Murder.
in
But
fact-
he's just so
For
good.
some extent, that's probably why you got pushed out to the car. You're good. You do a really good job. But there's just too much going around, and we cannot risk having an Officer Murder on the...
Well, no. It's
I'm now
Officer Murder.
Sheriff
It's
Murder.
No, Officer Murder. It's Merdair.
There.
Please pronounce it correctly.
Dear Tang.
I'm just telling us pronounced Dear Tay. It's fine.
Yes. But from a boy named Sue, my name's Murder.
I've never heard of My Name Is Murder.
Well-
It's a death metal song.
Yes. It is from Brendan Small's Galactica, too. Which is the guy who did Metalocalypse's actual band. but it is the space opera that Ryan so wants.
Yeah, no.
You seen those posts in traditional gaming?
That he occasionally keeps talking about wanting me to do some sort of...
Not you
metal.
specifically.
It
It
would
would
probably
probably
Adam or whoever.
Yes,
He keeps mentioning me by name.
because you're the other DM.
Yeah.
It would be Austin or you. Which is really weird because I'm pretty sure you would play, but you were definitely not into metal. You were okay with Metalocalypse, but
I've not even seen that.
yeah.
Pretty good. I rewatched Doomstar Requiem, and it's like I'm always thoroughly impressed how good and diverse that special is.
No. I have the actual entire thing on my phone, and often will listen to it if I'm working.
Because they stuck with too many styles. I mean,
Yeah.
like, it really is just really well put together.
If anything, I might do it at some point as a really short campaign where we add him to the group, and I do not plan with you guys being that.
Yeah.
I literally just say, hey guys, make these characters that I'm not prepared for. I made a completely different game. Let's see how it works.
As we
I think that would probably be his preference for how it would work, too, is where you guys... I know that'd be his preference for how it would work. Where you get to just totally go against what's planned and just sort of stomp all over, plot? Here, no. We are a full band of...
I disagree.
No, I do like the idea
And obviously,
of
the
us.
party isn't made of bards. It's made of barbarians who just perform as a skill.
Well, Ryan's idea was
Theoretically, you'd
Gestalt
probably just-
bards. That's like bard with fighter barbarians, maybe some wizards. Because
I need to get Unearthed Arcana for 3.5 before I can do that.
yeah.
Why?
Because I don't have it.
And you would want to pull.
I want to pull from it. If I'm going to do Gestalt, I want to actually read it.
Just
Physical. Yeah.
Oh, I was like, the rules aren't super complex.
No. But I would have to make my own new set of rules for it, so...
Nah, the short and long of it is it all stacks unless it doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which is why you have to pick two really diverse classes.
Well, that's why like most of what Gestalt's actual rules in Unearthed Arcana were like trying to give you advice on how to handle certain combinations. Like, what if somebody wants to combine like this many spellcasting classes? Like, well, if they do the bookkeeping, sure. And it's like, what if they want to take prestiges? Prestiges are fine. What about prestiges that are Gestalt themselves? Like, they're mixed prestiges. Like, we suggest against allowing those.
You can't Gestalt wizard,
Well,
cleric, then Mystic Theurge.
Yeah, specifically, the option is don't Gestalt like a cleric wizard fully, then prestige into Mystic Theurge plus something else to get multiple levels of casting in one level. Because you're taking one class which gives you full progression in one, and another class which also gives you full progression. It's like technically that's overlap, but also probably don't allow it. Don't allow them to take a hybrid class and then also another class. They want to take two prestiges that both advance one spell casting. That's probably fine.
Yeah, so no tripling or quadrupling down on your spellcast per level.
Well, the real danger there would be taking like Mystic Theurge and then taking like a full combat class.
Oh, okay. Not Mystic Theurge, then whatever the other dual caster was.
Well, by the rules of Gestalt, once you start reading them, you'd realize that wouldn't work because you're only allowed to gain that bonus once. Those traits overlap.
Oh.
And therefore you only apply the top level.
Well, to be like a full progression wizard, sorcerer, bard, cleric. If you could somehow manage that. I don't know the dual classes that...
Generally speaking, you always lose one. You always lose one level, almost always, when you're getting into the hybrid classes. Sometimes more. Depending on how awesome the class is, you lose more.
So, which kind of humans you just set out? You're at feats. You're all the same kind of human.
Yeah.
It is just the better option.
I got two 18s.
I have a 20 and a 17. Then, my 10s.
And a 16. What gave you an extra plus to a stat?
Was 17, then feet. The observant gave me a +1 to intelligence.
Okay. So she had 2 stats that were like 16, 17.
Yeah, I had a 17 and a 16.
And so you got +1 there.
Yeah, 17 and...
And then where did your other +1 to stat come from?
Because you got +1 from your race, and then +1 from your feet. Where does the other +1
isn't
come
it
from?
2 plus 2s or 2 plus 1s?
2 plus 1s.
Oh, okay. So
2 plus 1s.
Ah,
And then a +1 from the feet. So you should only have 3 total +1s.
yeah, meaning I have a 19 out of 20.
Yeah, okay. That's what I was thinking.
You can have a 20 in 3 level. In next level. Yeah.
For you.
For you. I'm a few levels away.
Okay.
What feat did you take?
Sharpshooter.
That makes a lot of sense. Is there anything need to be modified with that to make it
No. Distance, no disadvantage at longer range, ignores half cover, and I can remove 5 from my attack to add 10 to my damage.
Yeah, it all works with these rolls. Cool.
Yes. My wisdom is slightly lower, but still on that same.
Did y'all get names?
Yes.
Who are you?
Travis Latois.
Sue Murder.
Raylan Gildersleeve from the renowned Gildersleeve clan from Louisiana.
And I'm everybody else.
No, you put us in Louisiana, where my last character, John Gildersleeve, is from.
Yeah.
It's a continuation of the clan.
We should always
My brother was so weird, being all elfy like.
Cousin John, now here's a weird one, insisted on living down in the city.
He disappeared.
Here.
He just disappeared. I don't know what happened to him. He gone.
Anyways, and I will also note, if you made it this far, as this campaign continues, this set will change. So don't be alarmed by that.
That'd be a silly thing to be alarmed by. Honestly, if you're alarmed by that, you need some prescriptions.
You got a condition.
You got a condition. Son, you got a condition.
But yeah, so we got a southern trio here from Louisiana, and
I'm not from the South. I mean, just to be clear, I'm from the Midwest, and it's a very different place. You should not offend our southern audience.
Yeah.
I don't much rely on my ability to.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
no accents from us.
No. Maybe some from me, but not intentionally, and some of them might not be that might be like English accents. Sometimes those just happen.
What? They're Southern. What are they going to do? Forgive us and make us biscuits?
I'm just saying, like the entire.
I'm just
sweet
saying,
tea.
they're really,
All the sweet tea.
If they're Southern, they're automatically super duper nice. They're going to be forgiving. It's going to be fine.
They're forgiving,
They're
but
just going
they
to be
want you to have
at least the one
diabetes and
produced
fat.
in that Hollyweird.
Yes. All they want is you to have diabetes and be fat. Here's
Hey,
some full buttered biscuits and sweet
It's
tea.
not my fault that they know what's good. It's not their fault that everything they make is delicious.
Yeah. As we're saying, everything is done with love.
Love being butter.
So join us as the campaign starts next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.